Hey fam, it's JumokeOfficial. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is JumokeOfficial. Nice to meet you. If you like videos like this, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe so you can continue to see more content. So I know I've been gone for a while. Finals, friends, we're graduating, so yeah. I know I'll be leaving like sporadically and then coming back whenever I feel like it, but that's not the point of this video. So as requested, I mentioned a while ago that I was going to do a whole video about alopecia, so this is going to be it. So before we continue on any further, we just got to first define what alopecia is. Alopecia, basically in simplest terms, is just a scientific word for hair loss. So that's what alopecia is. So the first type of alopecia we're going to talk about is alopecia angiogenic, right? Oh, oops. Is angiogenic. What? Angiogenic. Wait. Androgenic. Oh, angiogenic alopecia. Yeah, all these scientific words be killing me sometimes. But AA, we gonna talk A, alopecia. So this is the most common type of alopecia, common type of hair loss in male and female, predominantly males, but male and female. And that's when you see men when their hairline starts receding and when they start balding at the top, and then they will have like the tufts of hair on the side. That is what that type of alopecia is. It's usually genetic. That's why you see some males who their parents balded early, so then they start balding like in like their 20s, 30s, like they're already starting to lose their hair. This type of alopecia is genetic. So this alopecia is usually caused when an enzyme starts to break down the testosterone into its derivative, testosterone, I believe it is, dihydrotestosterone, which has the ability to shrink hair follicles. So next type of alopecia is alopecia areata. So this is the type of alopecia that I have as well, and it's basically pattern spot baldness. So for me, when this alopecia began, I started noticing this a few years ago, and I was doing my hair and there was just this bald spot and it was just so smooth. And at this time I wasn't really protective style. I wasn't doing heavy braids, manipulation to my hair. I just had a random just bald spot. And my sister, same thing happened to her. She had two of them on both sides of her head, and it was just, when you feel it, it's just very smooth. So this type of alopecia is different from the first alopecia that we talked about, because this alopecia is actually an autoimmune, is it a disease? I'm not really sure if it's a disease, but it's basically when your immune system attacks healthy follicles. For why? Nobody knows. I don't know why I attack my hair follicles. I don't understand. But this type of alopecia, it could also be genetic, because I know it's like my sister has it and my mom has it, but there's no like the cause for this is really unknown. There's not enough research on this. It's widely accepted that stress causes this type of alopecia, but sometimes like your hair just one day you just have a bald spot. How? I don't know. But usually this type of alopecia, it's not life-threatening. Sometimes, a lot of times, the hair does grow back. So that's why I really went to the doctor for this, because usually like after, I don't know, I lose some hair, but then it comes back. Within a few months it grows back. So that's why I didn't, and the spots that I have, besides that one spot that I found, usually they're not that big on me. So next type of alopecia is alopecia totalis. So that is when you have no hair at all on the top of your head, like your follicles are just dormant. The next type of alopecia is alopecia universalis. So this is when you have no hair at all growing on your body. And this, sometimes like when you see someone who has no hair, sometimes it's not that they're going through cancer, have cancer or going through chemotherapy. Sometimes they could just have this type of alopecia that they just don't grow any hair. The next type of alopecia is traction alopecia. Now this alopecia is very, 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 very common in black women just because of our tight hairstyles. So traction alopecia is exactly what it sounds like. The pulling, the traction, edges popping out boop, 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 from all these tight styles, weaves, ponytails that we do. That is traction alopecia. So sis, if you get your hair done, you get your hair braided, and you see them little white, like stuff that on the edges of your hair, that's not dandruff, boo-boo. That is the hair follicles popping outside of your scalp. Exactly, yeah. It's not cute. So, you know, make sure that whoever you're doing it whoever is doing your hair doesn't have a heavy hand. Same thing with ponytails. You don't want ponytails that's giving you Botox. If there's any hairstyle that's giving you Botox, sis, you're doing the most. You're doing the most. And the last type of alopecia that I'm going to talk about is postpartum alopecia. So this alopecia usually occurs towards the end of pregnancy, like maybe 3 to 6 months after pregnancy. So when you are pregnant, I ain't never been pregnant before, I'm just telling you from research, okay? But when you are pregnant, usually your hair is in the growth stage. I think the growth stage is called anagen stage, anagen or telogen. I'm not sure, I'll put it here. But it's just, your hair is just always growing. You're not really shedding that much when you are pregnant. So when you do have your baby and your hormone levels are returning to normal, you're gonna have like this onslaught of just like you're losing so much hair, like your hair is shedding so much, just because actually that probably would have been the hair that you would have shed during the 9 months that you were pregnant, but it was just kind of growing. So now it seems like everything's kind of falling out at once. I know it must be kind of terrifying to see, because I know how much hair I lose every week when I do wash my hair. So to see 9 months of that, you know, just kind of within the span of a few months is pretty nerve-wracking. But again, that one is not life-threatening. Usually your hair will continue to grow back after it's fallen out. So yeah, those were the different types of alopecias that I had. There's more types of alopecia, but I feel like these ones were the most relevant. So these are just the ones I was focusing on. So what do you do if you have alopecia? First thing you do, don't panic. It's here, don't panic. At least it's not, you don't have a life-threatening, how do I say, disease or anything like that. So don't panic. I would say go to a dermatologist. Again, I'm not a dermatologist. I never went to get myself fully diagnosed for alopecia, but come on, I know what it is. Like, I don't, if it becomes more of an issue for me and it starts to affect me psychologically, then I will go to a dermatologist to get treatment for it. But right now, it's not, my case is not so severe. I know some people have severe like alopecia. So right now I'm just enjoying my hair while it's there, and falls out but it grows back, so whatever. But yeah, go to a dermatologist. They might administer some, if you have alopecia areata, they might administer like some steroids like cortisol, I think that's what it's called, to the spots to stimulate growth again. They might prescribe you minoxidil. Someone corrected me on how to pronounce it. Minoxidil, I think. And that is usually found in like Rogaine, men's and women's Rogaine. If you have the first type of alopecia, I give you some biotin, some other shots, it depends. So really do go talk to your dermatologist. Hopefully you got insurance, because I don't know how this stuff works. Don't take it from me. Don't be like, ooh, that's what I gotta do now. I'm not a doctor. Do not got doctor in my name. I'm just telling you, this is what it is. Just an educational video. That's it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was informative. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.